Molly the Pub. You tuned in to the Playhouse Podcast, man. I'm joined in the building by the Drink God.
Drink God, what's happening?
Oh my goodness, Icewear Vezzo, hello.
What it do, baby? So
man,
good.
so I met you last night for the very first, well, actually for like the second time, because I saw you when you came in with the morning heat, one of the early mornings. But we met. Yeah. double met, right? Yeah. Clarity 6.
Yeah.
You Motown son.
No doubt.
But I want to start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. All right, so you know I'm from Arkansas. I just moved down here to Detroit. When I first got down here, everybody was telling me, you know, oh, this person is this side. Don't go to this McDonald's after this time. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yeah, had to give me all the Detroit commandments and the do's and don'ts. And it was a lot to take in all at one time. But one thing about me is that I love music, right? And it's important to me in the career that I'm in. You know, I've been a lot of different places with radio. But to get immersed in whatever the community's culture. That way I know how to talk to its people. Because I'm not from Detroit. But I need to be able to relate to niggas from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So, what does Detroit mean to you?
Detroit is home. You know what I mean? That's my home. Detroit is where I fell, where I got scarred. You know, where I fell again, got up, and fell again, and got back up. You know what I mean? Everything I learned is from Detroit, because of Detroit. You know, all the negative and all the positive. You know what I'm saying? So Detroit is home.
Do you agree with how people view Detroit? Do you think that they have a clear view lens when it comes to the city?
That's any city. Nobody outside never know what another city is really like.
Detroit's different, though. Detroit's different.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, a lot of people say the only thing I know coming to Detroit, the only thing I knew was Motown and Eminem.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I knew 8 Mile.
I definitely, you know, I don't think none of the artists here comfortable with the way Detroit is viewed, you know, on the music end. As far as like when you mention Detroit, the first and only person somebody will say is Eminem sometimes. And it's way more than that. Not even just about the people rapping right now. Not even just about the wave going on right now. You got guys like the Cheddar Boys, the Street Lords, Blade Icewood, rest in peace. Wipeout, rest in peace. That's Detroit. That's the streets. That's our music scene. You know, that's legendary. You know, like that's who we pay homage to. Everybody that's out, that's lit right now, that's who we looked up to. That's who we learned from. We learned everything from them. The Street Lords and the Cheddar Boys and Big Hurt. You know, those guys like that. So, you know, disrespect to M, but he ain't from where we from. We from Detroit. We from Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Double Detroit.
Yeah. So,
take me through there. Take me to young Vezzo. How were you as a kid?
I was a good kid for a minute. You know, I was a 4.0 student for a long time. But you know, the streets got the best of me. And I turned out a little wild. I caught my first case at 17, an unarmed robbery. And then I caught another one a year after that, you know, and I just kept catching cases. I was wild, you know what I mean? But I've been through so much, and everything that I went through then taught me what I know now, you know what I'm saying? So just younger, I always was falling, bumping my head, you know, learning from my own mistakes. I didn't really have too many guys that I listened to, other than my cousin Corey, C.A., rest in peace. He was living way in Minneapolis, though, so, you know, he couldn't really get through to me all the way. I mainly looked up to the guys who was in front of me, you know, really wasn't good role models, you know what I mean?
So you say 17 is when you caught your first bid. What was the disconnect? So you grew up 4.0 student, you know what I'm saying? Where do you think Vezzo took a left or took a right?
When I started paying more attention to my surroundings, to the environment, you know, when you do that, the environment might get the best of you. I put my energy into my surroundings instead of putting it into myself. So that's what happened when you don't invest in yourself. You know what I mean? I wasn't focused on myself. I was focused on what's around me. Same as a lot of the kids now. They more focused on what's around instead of being focused on themselves. So that's what happened. And, you know, seeing my surroundings, you know, it's a hood everywhere. It's a ghetto everywhere. You know, the same stuff that going in my hood be the same stuff that are going in the hood halfway across the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what happened.
So 17, you grew up pretty early.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah,
Talk to me about how that kind of affected your growth, you think? Because you really did. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, I'm a girl, so they say y'all niggas already be a lap year behind us anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm thinking 17 and you catching cases, like, You an adult for real. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have patience. I wanted money then. I wanted everything then. I ain't believe in patience at the time. I ain't believe in waiting. I wasn't putting God first at the time. You know what I mean? So we jumped off the porch. I actually jumped off the porch way before then. That's just when I got caught. I bought my first car when I was in the 8th grade. I used to hide it from my mama.
What kind of car you get?
I had a Duster.
The 8th grade?
Yep, I got suspended.
How much you pay for it?
A rack, $1,000.
Who sold you a car, Vezzo, in the 8th grade?
A guy sold me a car for $1,000. I got caught driving and got suspended from school for that. My mom didn't know I had a car.
Where'd you hide it?
Over my wife's house. I parked it in her parking lot.
And what her mom and daddy say?
They didn't know. They lived in an apartment building in McDonald Square.
Oh my God.
I just parked it down there. She knew.
So you've been a problem. How old are you in the 8th grade?
I was 13.
14, 13?
I was 13. Yep, I bought my first car.
Vezzo, we got some digging to do. Okay, so you get your first car at 13, catch your bid at 17. How long was you in for?
I beat that case.
Okay.
Yeah. So
then you went back, you said, at what age?
I went right back at 19 for attempt to distribute and manufacture. And then I got off on that case.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went right back for receiving, concealing stolen property and false pretense. I got off on that. Then I went right back for fleeing and looting, high-speed chase. Didn't get off on that. Did time for that. Got out. Shit went up for me. You know, I was blessed. Caught a lot of blessings.
You caught a lot of blessings in getting out, too.
No doubt, no doubt. You know what I mean? But the real blessing was what I learned from those situations. And that fleeing and looting, to me, I felt was the final straw. Because I changed everything. I thought I did at the time.
And how old were you then?
I was 23.
Okay.
Yeah. And shit had changed for me. But I ended up getting in trouble again. And I got indicted that time. You know what I mean? I couldn't fight that case. I was wrong. I was in the wrong. I was guilty.
Yeah.
I stopped. I didn't want to play no more games. You know what I mean? It was what it was. Took it to the chin. I got blessed, you know, from the grace of God. And I'm back out.
And the city was so excited.
No doubt.
And this was right when I got back. So Detroit is like, Vezzo's coming home. Yeah. I remember, I think it was for my audition I came in. And they was like, oh, we got an interview with Icewear Vezzo. He calling us from his. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Who is this guy? He calling y'all from prison? Like, what y'all got going on here? I ain't trying to work here. It was too much. And it was because I didn't understand. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? And how much you really meant to the city of Detroit. When I talked to a lot of people after that interview, I remember chopping it up with Greg, and I was just like, so what does this Vezzo do to like, who is he to Detroit? He come from somebody, like his family? Like, is it? He was like, bro, it's him. It's just.
I'm the start of my family.
Yeah.
I'm the first for my family. You know what I mean? I'm the first for my family.
How does that feel? First of all, it's a two-part question because it's not so much of how you feel about it. It's the legacy that you leave, that I'm that for my family.
Yeah, that's what I'm working for. I ain't working for me. I'm working for the people I'm going to leave it to. It ain't about me right now. It's about everybody after me and my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor. You know, I just feel so blessed and so humble. You know, and I know a lot of it comes from me putting God first and understanding how important that is. You know, I don't put God first because of the things that he give me. You know, I do it because it's right and it's in my heart. That's what I want to do. So I just feel blessed, but I'm humble at the same time. Everything that I've been through was a build up for this moment right here, because I couldn't have been signed to Motown 3 years ago. I wouldn't know how to act. Or 4 years ago, it wouldn't have been right. I'd have been wild, and I wouldn't have understood things. I would have felt I made it already, you know. And right now, I'm humbled because I know how fast things come and go. You know, you can be one way one day, and the next day you'll be down. Just like somebody can be down one day, and then the next day they'll be up. That's why I watch how I talk to people, and how I treat people, and how I carry myself now. But my experiences is what taught me that. If I wouldn't have went through what I went through, I wouldn't be prepared for the day. And I'm prepared for the day.
It's so dope. Because, you know, a lot of time, a lot of people are asked the question of, Do you regret anything that you've done?
I don't
If you could
regret
go back
anything.
and change anything and unwind the hands of time.
One thing about God, he don't make mistakes. He perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He the perfect. He the best. He perfect.
Everything with true intention and with purpose.
Exactly. Everything I went through was meant. I had to go through what I went through.
So you go through what you go through.
Yeah.
You talk to us on the radio for prison like we
Yeah.
hey, do you accept this call? We do. It's Vezzo. It's 7:50. So you go through all of this. You get out. You sign with Motown Records in Motown on your 30th birthday.
It was a blessing.
Take me to that moment.
It was a blessing. The situation came about while I was in a halfway house. Me and Chanel, we dealt with a lot of people. I
gotta pause you right there.
Yeah.
Chanel.
Yeah.
Keyword. Ding ding.
Yeah, definitely a keyword.
I think that is so dope. Don't lose your train of thought. But I just want to commend you on this for 2 seconds, and for you. I think that it's so dope for you to have her with you. Say this because a lot of time when people go through what they go through and they get to where they're going, they get with their marketing people, with the label. They get with, everybody that they set up. But you like, nah, nigga.
When
Chanel,
she first called me about the situation, I said, as long as you're involved, I'm not doing nothing without
Chanel, come with me. Come on.
Everybody I started with me, even the guys who was investing in me when I got out of prison the first time, when I was a little younger and my money was kind of funny, they still with me. One in prison, but the other one with me. He was with me last night at the listening session. He with me all the time. We still get money together. I'm with everybody I started with, even down to my wife.
Yeah.
I'm with everybody everybody that ever believed in me. I'm with them, and they with me.
I love that. That just puts a smile on my face. That speaks highly of your character. Okay, so take me back to the moment. So 30th birthday, I'm signing with Motown. Somebody hand me a pen. Go.
Yeah, I mean, it's the process started when I was in a halfway house. Like I said, me and Chanel, we dealt with a lot of people. We got a lot of phone calls. I won't name any names, but it's always something to the situation. And before I went to prison, I had a lot of money. Money wasn't never a problem or issue with me. I didn't have the right understanding before I went to prison. So, getting out of prison, like I said, Chanel was calling me about Motown, and I'm like, well, don't gas me up. You know what I mean? Like, that's historic. Like, how real is it? And she was explaining everything to me. So, everything fell in place. It wasn't about the money with Motown with me. It was about...
Now, Chanel, can you hop on real fast for 2 seconds? Real quick. Because I just want to get some insight to this.
With Motown, it was more about the history. Just being a part of that. Like, that's opportunity that don't come every day. That's iconic. And, I understand how much everybody need help. And I needed that machine behind me. I've been the biggest artist in Michigan for so long. It was no bigger I can get in Michigan. I felt like it was time to expand it, get my brand out there. Not just my brand, like my word, my message to everybody in America, all the kids, all across the ghetto. And I was just honored that Motown could do that for me.
Now, Chanel, you were doing a lot of the talking for Vezzo in this time, right? Yeah. So talk to me about that a little bit.
I mean, it was just something that I felt like was necessary to keep his name relevant, to keep him motivated, because I've never been in that situation, and I don't even know a lot of people that close to me that were in that situation. So the most that I could do was what I did do, and that was try to keep the communication and those lines open so that he knew that the city was still behind him and that he still had a career, he still had a future, and then that the city knew that he was still keeping his head strong, that he was still a king, he was still pressing forward and wasn't going to give up.
What's been the one thing that you think has kept you and Vezzo's relationship what it is? Because to trust somebody, I just think outside looking in, to trust somebody with your career at that point while you in, and trusting you to make the right calls, making you to make the right decisions, you know what I'm saying, in my stead.
Well, I have my own passion behind what I do, and that's what gets me to wake up every day to do it. But it's a loyalty. It's something that, a word, a lot of people walk around and they have all these material things that can go away, but your word is everything. And if I couldn't do anything else but give you my word, and I gave him my word the first day I met him, I was introduced to him through a close friend of mine. And it was, he really wanted to do it. I saw in him something. I didn't know what it was then. I was just starting to manage. but I also saw someone who had been through the environment, who had been through what we all saw that could destroy families, that could destroy anything. And I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to give up on that. So I stayed true to it. And it felt right. It was all God's time, and it was all His lining. And the main thing though was always loyalty though. It was just I was loyal. I'm loyal to it.
And that's some shit that cannot be taught nor bought. Okay? Okay. All right. So you get to the signing.
Yeah.
What was the feeling through your body?
It was just.
Was your hand shaking?
No, at the when it happened, you know, like I was just it was regular because like I say I was prepared for that moment. But after it was like, damn, I just really signed with Motown. Like I couldn't believe it. You know, I was fucked up about it. You know what I mean? Like it just felt amazing. It still feel amazing. You know, that's a feeling that ain't gonna leave. We're here to make history. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, like with me, I'm a workaholic. So the moment I signed, it was like I got a lot of work to do. Cause that shit just the beginning. It don't stop there. Like, you know, people got this thing in their mind. Like, a record deal is the finish line. It ain't the finish line. That's the start line.
You still got to go.
You still gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So with me, it's just I'm ready to get to it. You know, but at the same time, I know I'm blessed, and I'm humbled by it. I'm part of history.
Oh, gosh.
It's going in the books. You know
Baby, you bringing Motown back to Motown. That's some big shoes to fill.
No.
And they said that you going to be the one to do it with the city on your back.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I love it. So let's talk about the Clarity 6 mixtape. So I get invited. I get this text message like, you got to come through. I'm like, okay, cool. I've never really heard of Icewear Vezzo like that. So I like to meet him, you know, come and listen. When I tell you that it is the most solid project that I haven't heard, I haven't felt that way about a project, and this is going to be...
Don't gas me up.
No, and I'm telling you this is all honesty, because I don't lie. I'll be for real.
All right.
We were talking, I think it was me, Jen, Angel, and T in here the other day, and we were talking about a CD that you just ride to, like on a cross-country trip that you don't skip, you know what I'm saying? You just pop it in and you just go. My last album that I said I'd do that to is Drake Take Care. I don't even really fool with Drake like that. I don't just love him. But that was a good album to me. It was just good.
Yeah, it was.
And after last night, bro, I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind taking a road trip to Clarity 6.
I appreciate that.
It's so good front to back, and it's versatile. It's not the same. A lot of times you get artists that sound the same, and it's like track after track after track. And I'm not a rap trap girl, you know what I'm saying? But I'm fucking with it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that I'm fucking with it more because I like, you got substance. It's not like you just rapping and just talking about just shit.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about your family. You talk about your wife. You know, you talk about... Listening to it, I feel like I know where you were. Like, I can close my eyes and, like, see you, like, writing. Or, like, see you in the studio just, like, you know, whatever. Just watching you bob your head to yourself yesterday. And it's just, like, you are what an artist should be. And I think that... you put it on for the city of Detroit, it showed to me last night. Because I haven't been in a listening party in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I was in L.A. I used to go to things every other day. I'm like, these shits just won't stop. God damn, get y'all slow down the project. But it's like, and you know people that are in there, they just like bob your head because you're in the listening party. People was fucking with you last night. Like, the Snapchats and the Insta stories, like, they was up. And I found myself doing a little Detroit bounce with my little, like, you know, I felt like I had a rollie and some buffs on. But that's just how I felt. And that's somebody that's not even from Detroit. You know, like, you had me feeling like I grew up off 7 Mile Joy Road. You feel what I'm saying? So, where were you at mentally doing the project?
I just had to get my story out there. You know, I was in prison for 18 months and then in a halfway house for 2 months, you know. But, like, the thing about that, I had this 6 months of that in a hole by myself. So, it was just...
Is the hole really the hole?
It's not.
Is it what they be playing it to be on TV?
It's not like on TV. It's just... It's small. It's just like being in a closet with a bed in there. Yeah. It ain't that bad, you know. You just gotta learn how to bed. I was reading a lot. Yeah. But, you know, anyway, as far as where I was at, just was... I've been through... everything. I've been through so much. I never had the opportunity to just... Every time I told a story something else pop up, you know, worth talking about, or something like when I was thinking like, all right, this enough. Like I done been through enough. Like I mean, shit, I just got shot, and it's like, you know, I talk about that. We go through that, and it's like, you know, lose my best friend. It's like, God damn, that gotta be it. And I lose my cousin. That gotta be it. Then I lose another homie. That gotta be it. You know. Then you get indicted. I'm like, man, fuck, this gotta be it. I go to prison, you know, this gotta be it. Before I go to prison, I lose everything, everything. My house get broken into. You know, we lose close to $70,000 on Thanksgiving night while I had a show. Like, just doing all that shit, just felt like this it. So when Chanel and my wife was dropping me off at prison to turn myself in, I was excited. And they was wondering, like, why are you happy?
Like, what is going on?
And I told her, because this the beginning of the end. But it wasn't. I got in there, and it was more battles. It was not even with prison. Just I'm
life.
Still dealing with shit from the outside world. You know what I mean? Missing my son, take his first steps, that shit hurt. You know, missing me and my wife anniversary. I couldn't call her till a month later and tell her happy anniversary. You know, missing my daughter's birthday, miss my birthday, miss Sweetie's day, miss my mother's birthday. Just not being able to talk to my family, not see them at all. No phone privileges, no visitation, none of that type of shit. I'm getting mail weeks late, you know, so, and I'm like, this gotta be it. And then I get out of the hole, and that wasn't it. I went back, and we dealing with shit from the outside world. I'm losing friends. I'm losing family. I've been lost all my money.
You losing hope in the process? You feel through all that? I never lost that because of my connection with God. That's what motivated me. I was in a hole. I remember sitting in my cell, and I almost questioned God, and you know, I kind of questioned him, because it's like, how do I go from being this big artist in the Midwest, being so major, having all this money, all these songs, all these shows. I give back to my community. I'm Muslim, and I give Christmas parties every year. I'm not Christian, you know, that's not my religion, but I don't put religion in that holiday, you know. Anyway, I'm talking to kids every Sunday up at the Juvenile Detention Center. I'm giving book bags away every school season. I'm using my personal money to do this shit. I got my mom involved, my wife involved, Chanel involved. You know, I'm taking care of people from my community. I take care of my family. I make sure everything go with everybody. I don't fuck nobody over. I don't take from nobody. I don't steal. I don't harm nobody. I don't wish nothing bad on people. And I felt so blessed. But for me to go from that, I got all this money. I'm doing all this good shit. I got a wrap on my first restaurant when I was 26 with a car wash and a dispensary at the age of 26. Right? Yeah, you know, to go from that. I mean, at that point, it was a label calling Chanel every other week. Every label, somebody from every label you can think of was at that point was calling. To go from that light, then to be sitting in the hole when your wife and your kids living with her grandmother, and you don't have a dollar, you don't have nothing. That shit fucked me up. So that's just where my mind was at, was just that tape, just revisiting those moments. And I got a second chance, and by me not giving up on myself, God ain't give up on me. So everything back lit, and I rearranged my focus. I would never put myself in a position to feel powerless, like by things. You know what I'm saying? By money and shit that you can think you're doing right, but all along you always gotta. It's always somewhere where it's a hole at. You gotta focus on that hole. I was so focused on patting myself on the back for the things I did right. I never focused on what I was doing wrong. So that's the goal now, and everything's just different. I'm blessed, and I'm spending my money differently. I'm going about it wisely. I ain't carrying big knots around, and I'm just moving differently. You know what I'm saying? So
Clarity 6 was just that whole experience. Where I was at before, where I was at in the middle, and where I'm at now, and where I'm going to be at.
Well spoken. Nice stuff. And clarity is clear vision. You feel like you have that now?
Yeah, definitely do. I know I do.
You can see it in your face.
I got so much music ready. Feels up to me. It would have been 50 songs on there.
50?
Yeah.
You would have dropped the Chris Brown on the ass.
Surely would have.
Double disc head ass.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm excited. Clarity 6 is awesome front to back. Of course, it's dropping this week. But now that we got all the extras out the way, I want to get to know Vezzo.
Yeah.
Okay, double Vezzo. Couple of quick questions, and we're going to put you on the hot seat, all right? You ever use a fake ID?
Nah.
No. What's your favorite strip club?
Truth?
Have you got a tattoo that you regretted?
Nope.
Have you had a hangover?
All the time.
Last time you had one?
Last night.
Oh, man. What was you drinking?
What was the Hennessy and Don P?
And Patron.
And Patron. I'm Mariah at the and Patron. All right. Do you remember getting caught sneaking out when you was younger?
Yeah.
When you had your car at 12?
Yeah.
How old were you when you got caught?
I was about 12 when I got
About
caught
12?
sneaking
Where
out.
was you going?
Down the street to see a girl. I made it out my house successfully, but I didn't make it out her house successfully.
A mess. Last time you pulled an all-nighter? Working.
About a week ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever, well, I know the answer to that one. It say, have you ever made out with somebody in the back of a car? Wifey.
Sure. Yeah, I did.
And the last question, of course, have you ever been in love with your best friend? Talk to me about her, please.
Yeah, that is my best friend.
How long y'all been best friends?
For about 16 years.
I love it.
Yeah.
Seeing her last night with y'all, the element was just so dope. And to know that you respect her so much, too. And it's not even, you know how some people respect people in public and then be disrespectful at the crib?
No, she wear the shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the pants, you got the shorts.
Yeah, I just sit back and play my role.
Yeah.
I don't got much to say.
What is it about her that makes her different than any other girl?
She stood down. You know, she believed in me. She was in the gym with me for real.
Yeah.
We was there together. You know, she paid for studio time before. I done dropped her off at work plenty of days, ran out all her gas.
Listen, I was on, I think I was on your Instagram, and I'm trying to find it really quick while you're talking about it. The Instagram caption says, and I liked it this morning because I was like, oh my God, this is so sweet. The caption says, she used to let me drop her off at work, ride her gas out, and give me weed money.
Yeah.
I told her I'd pay her back. I got big dreams. That was 16 years ago. Now I got her a few Rolexes, a few cars, some necklaces, a nice crib, 2 kids, and a ring on her finger. She stayed down until I came up.
Yeah, she did that.
That's a real one, right?
Yeah, she definitely real. She don't run. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah.
You're making me happy. Okay, couple quick questions. So, what's your favorite candy?
I think Skittles.
Okay, I like Skittles too.
Yeah.
Red pack, blue pack, purple pack.
Purple pack.
Okay, tropical. All right, if you was the mayor of Detroit, what would you change about the city?
School system.
Yeah. Okay.
ASAP.
What would you change about your career? Would you change anything?
I wouldn't change the path of my career, but I'm going to change my message eventually.
Okay. Is the best kind of vacation relaxing and doing nothing, or sightseeing and doing everything?
Relaxing and doing nothing and watching crazy stuff on TV and Netflix.
Okay. What's the last thing you watched on Netflix?
On Netflix, well, I was watching this series called Bad Blood.
Okay.
I watched that. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that. I got a recommendation for you, though, when we leave here. What would you have for your last meal?
I don't want to say that word.
Okay. What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal? I like monster choke.
Okay. All right. Most prized possession?
My family.
All right. What's the last movie that made you laugh till you cried? What's your favorite?
I don't know. I don't think no movie made me laugh that hard in a long time.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movies are, I like Law Abiding Citizen.
Okay.
Menace to Society, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Goodfellas. That's probably it.
All right, if you could do a record with anybody right now, who would it be?
Buju.
All right. All right. What's the highlight and low light of this year for you?
A highlight?
Mm-hmm.
Getting home to my family.
All right. Low light.
What is a low light exactly?
You know what? I really feel like that's a real good question because I feel like there aren't any low lights. Low light will be the opposite of a highlight, but I don't feel like it. Yeah.
It's not as such.
Okay.
We're gonna just let's terminate that question from here on out.
I like
Nobody
that.
got low lights. We appreciate every moment in life.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Wise words from Vezzo that keeps you grounded. What would you tell somebody?
Put God first, and everything gonna happen. He said, if you take one step towards Him, you take 10 back towards you. That's in the Quran. That's in the Bible. It's everywhere.
Wise words from a wise man. Icewear Vezzo, the drink god.
Thank God. You heard?
We'll be back inside 107.5.